And the Murdaugh murder mystery continues. What a judge ordered Alex Murdaugh to do today. Today, a judge ordered disgraced former South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh to provide an alibi in the trial of the murders of his wife and son. Murdaugh appeared in court today, and he wanted to do the opposite. He asked to have his alibi stricken, claiming the prosecution hasn't provided the time, date, or place of the alleged crime. But the judge says the state has done its due diligence and ruled that Murdaugh does have to give a notice of his alibi, saying where he was at the time of his wife and son's death.
The coroner in his death certificate says 9 o'clock. Are they relying on that? Is it broader than that? Is it plus or minus 5 or 10 minutes? We don't know. So at the minimum, they're playing a game here.
There's a video that shows Alec present at the scene, despite his denials, with Maggie and Paul at 8:44 p.m., not long before their phones cease any meaningful activity. And it's about 9:06 p.m. when his car fires up and he drives over to Almena. So we've made that clear to the defense, and they, of course, know the 911 call occurred at 10:06 p.m.
It's a lot. And now HBO Max is picking up the Murdaugh family murder mystery in a new 3-part special. As you know, the Murdaugh family name is at the center of this sprawling mystery that involves multiple deaths, including the family's housekeeper, who you just saw there. Murdaugh is also accused of stealing millions of dollars from clients, and he's accused in a failed suicide for hire scheme. Here's a look at the trailer for the upcoming HBO special.
The Murdaughs were like the mafia. You just don't mess with them.
Several families have not gotten justice.
Decades of institutional evil.
What else is he hiding?
The question becomes, what did he need the money for?
Is money enough to make a person kill both his son and his wife?
Somewhere after 1:30 today.
The new 3-part series, Low Country, The Murdaugh Dynasty, starts streaming November 3rd on HBO Max, and it does look good. So our question of the night for you at home, have you gotten hooked on this case yet? Let's bring in WCCB-TV's Caitlin-Wright to talk about it. Caitlin, it seems like almost every other day there's an update in this case, or there's something that's happened, or there's somebody else who's talking about it, or there's a new TV show or a new podcast. It has really captured so many people's attention.
It has, and the crazy thing is, I mean, the murders were in 2021, if I'm correct. The FBI is still not done with their investigation yet, so more's just going to continue to come out and come out. So I'm actually surprised that they are releasing this already when really the case isn't even over, but I guess that just gives them room to go ahead and do another one. There is so much to unfold in this case, so if you have not been hooked on it yet, Alex Murdaugh faces 90 charges, and Morgan was just talking about that money, most of them being financial crimes.
Yeah, about 80 of them are financial crimes.
He stole at least $8.5 million.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Talking about the murders, though, either way, he's guilty. So even if he did not shoot them, you hired somebody to do what? I know I'm a meteorologist, surely I can't just say guilty, but you guys, I mean, look at the evidence. This is the craziest thing, that the attorney's still trying to argue this. Look at the facts, and now you're saying you don't want an alibi? It's crazy. You have to give one.
Pete just fell over on the ground.
I'm confused why.
Well, because, you know, he is due his day in court.
Yeah, but no.
Okay.
Either way, he did it, or he hired the guy. There's proof that he hired that guy, who allegedly is his cousin, to shoot him. So
allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. So
there is a ton of smoke, and presumably when there is this much smoke, there is fire. And we will learn more. We are learning more. I think a lot of people, Caitlin, agree with you that this seems like something bad happened, and that person on your screen right now is behind it. That's what a lot of people feel like as well. I think you're right. I mean, I think that's the court of public opinion, right? That's why we talk about what happens when these cases get so much attention, because the potential jury pool that has not been selected yet, because this case has not gone to trial yet.
They won't select me.
Is paying attention to all of this. They're hearing it. They're hearing what the attorneys are saying in court and these motions and all of it, and it starts seeping into their brain. It's a tactic also used by the attorneys. I was reading today in the Daily Beast, this was written by Pilar Melendez. Some of the new stuff that came out in court today was that it took Alex Murdaugh more than an hour to call 911 after he allegedly shot his wife Maggie and his son Paul. That was among several fresh claims, Melendez reports, made during this hearing today. All of it is very interesting. They also say that there's a video that shows Alec present at the scene despite his denials with Maggie and Paul, his wife and his son, at 8:44 p.m., not long before their phones ceased meaningful activity. Murdaugh has maintained that he was visiting his ill father at the time of the murders.
But there's video.
That's what his attorneys say, that there is video, yes. But Caitlin, we live in a post-fact society now. We live in a world where people will tell you, don't believe your own lying eyes.
Right, gaslighting.
Yes, absolutely. So who knows when this gets to the hands of a jury, if these defense attorneys are able to do their job, and as you've said, and a lot of people would agree with you, flip this on its head and convince people that what they're seeing is not real, maybe he stands a chance at getting off.
Maybe he does, especially from his cousin. I think it's his cousin.
Yes.
Who, by the way, we haven't mentioned, failed a polygraph test, which I don't believe they can even use in court, but it spiked when they asked.
Yes, the judge said you're not allowed to have, the attorneys today said we want to look at the circumstances surrounding this polygraph. We want to possibly submit this as evidence. The judge said, no, we're not doing that.
It's interesting. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Either way, other people are suffering, and it's just a really sad case.
So Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona Show has a podcast about this case that has gone gangbusters. A ton of people listen to it. I texted Matt to say, like, what did you make of today of what happened in court? He said, if the assistant AG has proof of what he says about the son's phone having video of Alec the night of the murders at 8:44 at their property, and proof that Alex's car was pulled out of the property at 9:06, then Alec has a big problem. He said, Matt continues, Paul's death, again, Paul is the son, death certificate calls Paul's time of death at 9 p.m. That would indicate that Alec left after Paul was shot. He says, we don't know Maggie's time of death because her death certificate has not been released, but the coroner has said between 9 and 9:30, something's off in the timeline from someone. So we'll see.
Someone's going to find out.
We got to get on this, Caitlin.
I know.
We got to catch up. We got to watch this HBO show. There is more Edge on the way. It's